Kenny say this 1,000 times in regards to Shawn. He doesn't do a lot of the bad things. He doesn't drink, he doesn't smoke, he doesn't do a lot of things to damage his body, which makes it easier for his body to give him what he's looking for. And a lot of other boxers don't have that type of structure, that type of discipline. So that makes it much easier. So if he does have a quote-unquote cheat day and he eats bad, it's not as bad as if you go and damage your body and putting all these toxins inside. So that's what makes things easier for him.
What's one of the freaky athletic things that Shawn can do when you put him through workouts? Because
God, Shawn has so many things I could name, actually.
Well, just give one example.
I'll say this one example from, I'm going to say about 4 years ago. We did a workout, and he did multiple 800s, multiple 400s, multiple 200s, multiple 100s. And then at the end of it all, he got on the track and he ran some 40s, right? 3 of them.
Okay.
4.5, 4.5, 4.5. At the end of all those runs.
So that's like that's combine amazing. Numbers. Those are like what guys train all summer for.
Exactly, and he did that at the end of a workout. That was one of the more impressive and freaky things I've ever seen him do. To be able to put all that volume on his body and still be that explosive and that ballistic at the end of a workout is actually impressive.
Have you worked with athletes, like boxers, that are at the level Shawn is at? Like ever, like just conditioning wise and explosive?
You know, that's a hard question to answer because the level that Shawn is at, not many people get to. You know, he's physically a beast in the things he's able to do and the things he's able to pull off. I do work with other elite boxers. Badou Jack is one of them.
Okay.
He's one of my athletes. But it's hard to compare a guy who has the agility of Shawn Porter to a guy like Badou Jack who puts a lot of emphasis in his accuracy. So they're totally different fighters, totally different athletes. But the type of athlete, if we're talking about athlete, not boxer, the type of athlete that Shawn Porter is, that what he brings to the table, is far and in between. Not a lot of people like him.
Okay, well, I'm going to change it. How about this? If you give Shawn Porter any sport, would he be pretty good at it within weeks?
Any sport.
Any sport.
Any sport. It could be football, it could be basketball, it could be tennis. He could be good at almost anything that he wants to do athletically. He has that type of agility to be able to pull that off.
Okay, so when you fight week and you're in the corner, what's that like? You know, like what's that whole thing like from the hotel experience to all of that? How do you go about dealing with that?
My position is different. Okay. I'm more the attentive one. I'm focused on what needs to be done at that moment to fill in any slot that needs to be filled in, more so than anything else, to be the number one assistant to anything Kenny Porter needs. Because at that point, the work has been done and he's putting all his attention into Shawn and the environment and the things around it to make sure there's fitting for Shawn to be successful. And it's my job to be there and be able to fill in whatever blanks need to be filled in going into the corner. So for me, it's just me really being attentive and focused on the moment and what needs to be done.
What's one fitness tip the average person that has a day job could do and it could help them dramatically?
I can give you one fitness tip to keep most of you from killing yourself. Don't go on YouTube and watch Shawn Porter do the work and assume you can go out to the track and do the same thing. You can't. What he does is what makes him an elite professional athlete. Please get some guidance before you go out there and see him do these workouts and says, hey, that's what I'm going to go do. He's built up from that point. He's been doing it since he was 4. And this is not something that a beginner needs to go out and try to do on their own. At least get some guidance.
Is that a common problem that you see where people go on YouTube and like look at a high-level athlete's workout and be like, oh, that's what I'm going to start at?
All the time. All the time. Because, fortunately for, Shawn, they're fans of him. They love him. They love the way he does things, so they want to emulate him and do some of the things he does, which is great, but they have to also understand he's been doing this at a very high level for a very long time. So this is not the starting spot. That's just where he's at right now in his development.
Okay. Anything else you want to say?
No, just thank you guys for supporting him. He's a great boxer, a great person. Thank you for supporting Kenny Porter as well. Thank you for supporting Team Porter. We're very grateful and look forward to us doing some bigger things in the future.